Muslim fundamentalism, history, ideology, and global impact. In an era marked by rapid globalization and political unrest, few topics generate as much controversy and confusion as Muslim fundamentalism. But what does this term actually mean? Where did it originate? And how has it influenced both the Islamic world and global politics? Part 1. Origins and definitions. To understand Muslim fundamentalism, we must begin with the distinction between Islam as a faith and fundamentalism as a political and ideological movement. Fundamentalism refers to a strict adherence to a set of principles, usually religious, that fundamentalists see as original, pure, or uncorrupted. In Islam, this has often translated into a desire to return to the practices of the Prophet Muhammad and the first generations of Muslims, the Salaf. This gives rise to movements like Salafism, which advocate a literalist interpretation of the Quran and Hadith. Part 2. Historical evolution. While religious revivalist movements have existed throughout Islamic history, modern Muslim fundamentalism emerged in response to Western colonialism, modernization, and secular nationalism. In the 20th century, figures like Hasan al-Banna in Egypt founded the Muslim Brotherhood in 1928, advocating for an Islamic social order in opposition to colonial influence. In 1941, in British India, Sayyid Abul Alal Maududi founded Jamaat-e-Islami, which became the largest fundamentalist party in Pakistan. Consequently, the famous Egyptian ideologist Sayyid Qutb argued that secular regimes were jahiliyyah, or ignorant of divine law, and must be resisted. Part 3. Global expansion and radicalization. Over time, fundamentalist movements evolved into a spectrum, from nonviolent activism to radical militancy. The Iranian Revolution in 1979 marked a major turning point, where a theocratic regime based on Shia Islam replaced an authoritarian secular monarchy. In Afghanistan, the Soviet invasion fueled jihadist movements, supported by Pakistan, Arab governments, the US, and others. This eventually laid the foundation for groups like al-Qaeda and later ISIS, who distorted Quranic teachings to justify shocking acts of horrific terror. Part 4. Terrorism and misconceptions. It is crucial to understand that not all Muslim fundamentalists are militant, despite their traditional understanding of jihad. In fact, the vast majority of the world's 1.9 billion Muslims reject vicious extremism. However, the violence of radical groups has fueled global Islamophobia and policy responses that often overlook the complex causes of radicalization, such as poverty, brutal repression, foreign occupation, and identity crises. Part 5. Ideology and appeal. Why do religious Muslims turn to fundamentalism? For many, it offers a sense of purpose, moral certainty, and resistance to perceived moral decay or foreign domination. People can weaponize religious ideology when it is combined with political instability, failed states, and foreign interference. Part 6. Global reactions and the future. Governments have responded with surveillance, bans, military interventions, and sometimes counterproductive repression. Meanwhile, Muslim-majority countries have seen reformist and progressive Muslim thinkers speak out against religious fanaticism and call for scientific reinterpretation, ijtihad, human rights, and democracy within an Islamic framework. The future lies not in fear, but in nuanced understanding, separating political ideology and religious extremism from Quranic faith, and supporting the communities who work toward peace and rational reform from within. Muslim fundamentalism is not a monolith. It is a multifaceted phenomenon shaped by history, power, and ideology. To understand it, we must move beyond cultural stereotypes and toward a conversation grounded in empathy, critical inquiry, and historical perspective. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more in-depth explorations.